Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Tuesday, the 20th of February 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed down just a touch today to 7,659 points. Telco stocks were the best performers, which reflects a 1.2% jump from Telstra, while energy and materials companies were among the worst. A falling iron ore price isn't helping the big miners, with Rio Tinto falling more than 2% today and BHP off 1% after its half-year result. More on that shortly. Westpac was the standout among the big banks. It jumped 2.6%. Winners today included Goodman Group, National Australia Bank, WiseTech Global, QBE and REA. Losers among the large caps, so to speak, were Wesfarmers and Woodside. Story number 2, a bunch of earnings results out today. I mentioned BHP a moment ago. It's posted its lowest profit in 8 years after it cut the value of its struggling Australian nickel and Brazilian iron ore assets. Protective clothing maker Ansell announced a 70% drop in half-year profit and said it had cut 1,300 jobs on the back of weak sales. Another company suffering a COVID hangover, so Ansell is, because people aren't wearing protective clothing like they used to. Same deal with Sonic Healthcare. It today reported a 47% drop in half-year profit. That's because we just don't need to get tested for COVID as much as we used to. KMD Brands, which owns Rip Curl and Kathmandu, isn't having a good time of it. Its sales were off 15% in the last half of 2023. Metal recycling company Sims was among the worst performers on the ASX today, down 10% after its half-year profit tumbled due to higher borrowing costs, lower trading margins, and persistently higher inflation. It goes on. Baby Bunting fell 11% as net profit remained flat in the first half and sales dipped. Coal miner Coronado Global Resources dropped 5% after it reported an 80% fall in net income due to lower coal prices, elevated inflation, and a higher state royalty tax. Tech company Megaport was flat after it swung to profit in the first half of fiscal 2024, thanks to strong revenue and drastic cost reductions. And finally, upbeat results from investment managers Hub24 and Netwealth Group push their shares between 5 and 6% higher. As I said, plenty going on in earnings season. Story number 3, Virgin Australia boss Jane Herdlicker is leaving the company, and the airline is on the lookout for a new chief executive. Ms. Herdlicker has run the airline, the country's second largest, since it was purchased out of administration by Bain Capital during the COVID-19 pandemic. She will continue in the role until a new chief executive is found. Now, Virgin is hoping to restart a stalled initial public offering process next month, though this announcement certainly won't help things. Bain bought the airline out of administration for about $3.5 billion. Story number 4, Star Entertainment's share price tumbled 20% today following yesterday's announcement that the New South Wales casino regulator is not satisfied the company has sufficiently overhauled its culture to be allowed to operate in the state. Star has delayed the release of its financials tomorrow after being taken by surprise by a decision from the Independent Casino Commission to engage Adam Bell SC to run a second inquiry into the group. Star said it welcomed the chance for an objective forum to demonstrate it is suitable to regain its casino licence. Its share price is down 90% since October 2021. And story number 5, some of the biggest names in corporate America are cutting staff, with total job loss announcements last month totaling more than 82,000 positions. It's partly because of the economic slowdown, but also because companies are changing direction. For example, a bunch are putting more staff into artificial intelligence, but cutting them from other parts of the business, according to Bloomberg. Overnight, Nike, which is about 84,000 employees, said it would cut 2% of its workforce. Microsoft's laying off 1,900 people across its video game division. Estee Lauder is slashing 3,000 jobs. Cisco Systems around 4,000 roles. The big one is Citigroup, which is looking to cut 20,000 jobs globally. Others in the downsizing market include Alphabet, Amazon, BlackRock, eBay, UPS, Morgan Stanley, and Warner Music Group. That's it for the afternoon report for Tuesday, the 20th of February 2024. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning with a Wednesday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.